If Langston Hughes were alive today, he'd be that person on Twitter, dropping bars, checking people with poetry, and never sugarcoating the truth. He wasn't just writing poems, he was documenting Black life in a way that was raw, unfiltered, and way ahead of his time. Let's get into it. Langston Hughes was the voice of the Harlem Renaissance. He wrote about Black struggle, Black joy, and everything in between, without watering it down for white audiences. A lot of folks didn't like that. White critics felt uncomfortable, and even some Black elites thought he was airing out too much of our business. But Hughes wasn't here to make anyone feel comfortable. He was here to tell the truth. And one thing about Langston, he never wasted words. His poems were short, sharp, and straight to the point. Take this one, for example. Take a second to pause and read if you'd like. And as you do, recognize that this isn't just poetry. This is a statement, a response to racism, segregation, and the erasure of Black identity in America, all in a few lines. No fluff, no apologies, just facts. And the reason this is so important to recognize is the fact that a lot of Black writers back then felt pressure to write in a way that white people would approve of. But Langston, he was writing for us. His poems sounded like the people he grew up around. Black folks from the South, from the Midwest, from Harlem. He talked about real life, working class struggles, rent parties, jazz clubs, and everyday Black experiences that didn't always fit the nice and clean image some wanted to push. But of course, speaking the truth comes with a price. Hughes was accused of being a communist, and he was called to testify in front of the government and even criticized by other Black intellectuals for being too radical. But he never backed down. His politics were simple. He was for the people, especially working class Black folks. And that's why his work still hits today. Whether it's racism, police violence, or just the reality of being Black in America, there's a Langston Hughes poem that still applies. His words are timeless because, unfortunately, a lot of the same struggles are still happening. Langston Hughes wasn't just a poet. He was a truth teller. He wrote for us, about us, and without asking for permission. And that's why his work still resonates. If you've never really read his poetry, start today. Drop your favorite Langston line in the comments, and let's talk about why this man was way ahead of his time.